Okay, morning. I'm Michael Sassoon. I'm the CEO of Sasfin. During this time, we've been building out our business and commercial bank, and we've done a lot of change in that area. We've increased our lending footprint, so now we can do term loans, we can do revolving credit facilities. We're about to go live with an overdraft. We've strengthened the team with some great talent, and we've appointed a leader of that area, a guy by the name of Sandile Shabalala, who was the chief executive at Time Bank, and before that he was at Nedbank, business banking for many, many years. So he comes with a wealth of business banking experience. And that whole pillar is really coming together. And what's really been quite amazing actually is that in the last few months of 2021, we saw a big increase in demand for credits again. And that makes us so positive about what's going on in the country, because it's been such a tough time. And you know, when times are tough, credit tends to contract, and businesses don't want to borrow that much. And we've seen in the last few months a real uptick in demand for borrowing, and that means that they're obviously investing in new activities, they're buying stock, they're growing their businesses, and I think we're well placed to support those businesses, and hopefully that will continue into 22. It's been a wonderful, wonderful period in terms of this move. And I think in order to really appreciate it, it's important that I just go back a step. You know, Sasfin was in Waverley for almost 2 decades. And we did really well in Waverley. You know, we saw huge growth over there, and it was a wonderful home for us. But our lease was coming to an end now, and it gave us an opportunity to rethink what we wanted and what we needed. And we started a journey before Corona even hit, in terms of looking for a new space which could really add value to our staff, most importantly our clients. And in this most beautiful building which went up a few years ago, I believe it's a green building of the highest note, and in doing that, you know, we have achieved a saving which is just phenomenal for all stakeholders. And over the last couple of weeks we've been bringing our staff here, and they've just seen the different spaces that we've created, the collaborative spaces, the work environment that we've established, and they've been blown away. It's a big step up for Sasfin, you know, I think we're all a bit tired of Corona, and therefore invigorated by this new opportunity that 22 presents, because I think that we are, you know, hopefully we're at the beginning of the end over here, and we can start bringing people together again. And that human connection, that is our brand. That's how we built over so many years, is through these deep relationships. And on that level, it's been quite tough during Corona. But just in the last few days, we've seen how that energy, that connection is flying again, which we're so excited about. I think in 2020, everyone was just dealing with the immediate shock. And then 2021, we were kind of like, okay, accepting this reality of Corona. But you know, when you accept the reality, a very unnatural reality, it's a bit like the frog in, you know, boiling water analogy. You just kind of, it's a slow process. But I think 22, we kind of out that bath, there's that feeling that we're getting out of that bath of hot water, and there's just this big opportunity. And I feel that while there are many challenges, you know, there's global inflation's a concern, and what will happen with interest rates, and you know, the politics of this country. There are many, many challenges, and it's important to be well aware of those. You can't be blind to the challenges that we're facing, but there are huge opportunities, and I think that that's coming from that, you know, South African entrepreneurial spirit, where people are saying we're just going to fight, we're going to find ways, and we're going to move forward. And we're seeing that in our engagements with our clients. And as I said earlier, you know, the fact that clients are coming to us and saying we want to borrow again. You know, after a round of looting and a round of Corona, everyone says we just want to go to cash, you know, because they're so nervous what will be. But when clients are phoning you and saying we need more money, we want to buy a business, we want to bring in a new machine, you know, we want to own this property, we want to bring in some stock. When clients are telling you that for me is a great yardstick of what's going on the ground. So I'm feeling quite motivated and excited about the landscape ahead. For the most part, you know, we've been a specialist credit provider for many, many years at Sasfin. And there's a lot of value in that, because often a business will need some form of credit which they will struggle to get in the market. They'll struggle to find someone who's willing to take out the time to understand their business and advance them the credit that they need. Because the loan that they need is too small to even receive any meaningful attention in these larger institutions. But it's too big where you can just kind of have a digital loan which works for the client. So that's something which we've been really good at for so many years, and we've expanded that offering to include term lending, commercial property finance, revolving credit facilities and overdrafts. But what we've now added to that specialist capability is the ability to become a client's primary bank, whereby a client can do all their banking with us. They can get their general credit facilities as well as any specialized credit facilities. And that puts us in a completely different spectrum, because in the past, if a client wasn't able or ready or didn't need at this moment, a large loan for a special need, we couldn't really do anything for that client. But today, we can take that client along that journey from the beginning, from when they're just a small startup. We can bank them, and as they grow and their credit needs evolve and their banking requirements evolve, we can walk that journey with them. And there aren't many businesses that can do that. There's some businesses which are very good on the one end, if there's just a specialist need, and there are other businesses which are very strong at like a basic general capability, which is mass, digitalized, as the banks close their branches. But if you're a businessman and you've got big aspirations for yourself, you've got big dreams for yourself, but you're not ready yet, and a bank's not going to give you a credit line right now, you don't want to become a client of the bank that can't walk a journey with you, so that when you are ready, you now have to change again, and they don't know who you are. And I think that journey is something which we are very excited about. We've been quite deliberate about, and I think that people might not realize how many new things we've introduced into our offering and skills we've introduced into our human capital to be able to work with businesses along that journey. In every challenge, there is an opportunity. There's an opportunity for personal growth. There's an opportunity for business growth. There are opportunities. And so often, the difference between success and struggling on is just a perspective. It's just a perspective. And I think that how we deal with those challenges or those perceived challenges, especially with this corona kind of in the stage that it's at right now, I think really is a choice that we make every single day of our lives. And we've just been so, as I said in the beginning, we've been so blessed with this building, which we would have spent double. We would have literally have spent double, maybe more than double, had we gone on this journey 3 months earlier. The fact that it was just at that moment, how lucky were we, what a blessing that was. And it was a genuine silver lining. And I think there are so many instances of that. But you've got to kind of look for them, because if your framing is, what's going wrong, you'll only ever see what's going wrong. But if you're looking for the blessings in your life, you'll see that there are just blessings everywhere. And there's opportunities. There's so many opportunities. So I think that for me has been, I brought my father past this building, and he pointed that out. He said, do you realize how lucky you were? This happened 6 months ago. And as he said it was just like a penny dropped, that, sometimes you can see the challenges, but you've got to look for the blessings. And, when you see that, I think that can be quite a liberating feeling. And I just wish everyone all the best.